We're ready now.
Okay.
So we can go live now.
Yes,
we can.
Going live and you live.
3, 2.
Hello, you're all very welcome to my channel. And I bid you welcome once more. My name is Fumi Suleiman, and this is the official launch of my YouTube channel, as well as the much awaited backstory to myself and my friends on a video that happened sometime 3 years ago. And this, I'd like to say that this is a channel where I'll share about my life's journey, faith, as well as my entrepreneurship journey. So please join me at least every week. I promise every week to drop new content. So subscribe and like if you, and of course, share with your friends and family. Without further ado, we're going to go straight into the backstory, but I would like to tell you that all my friends are here. We're across 3 continents at the moment. There's one of us in the UK, one of us in the US, and the rest of us here in Lagos, Nigeria. If you can, could you please type in where you're viewing from so we can have an idea of how far we reached, how far this video traveled, and how far it's still trending. Because even in the last couple of weeks, we started to broadcast this. We had a number of people say it's their first time that they had just come in contact with the video. And of course, other people said, oh, every time I hear it or every time I see it, it still gets to me. My friends and I have commented on how many times people have asked them to tell them what the story behind it is. Some people seem to think it was actually staged and planned, but you get to hear everyone's backstory from everyone in the video. I'd like to appreciate some people, first of all, before I go ahead and share my backstory. Speaking of Canada Consulting, they are a one-stop shop for all your human resources solutions. They're into personal resource outsourcing, functional outsourcing, learning and development, recruitment and executive search, HR consulting, organizational restructuring, performance and talent management, competency framework, and total rewards management. Thank you, Canada Consulting, for making this dream come true. So, once again, it's Fumi Suleiman, and here goes my backstory. Now, my backstory started as far back as in 2016, when I had just gotten the leading to step out of paid employment. Now, for someone who assumed that she was going to work all her life until she retired, it was a bit of a struggle when you get the call from the Lord to say he has different plans for you. But this is me saying, okay, Lord, let's do this. So come first thing in January, first day of January, I'm officially off the books of my cushy job and stepping out into the unknown, unplanned, just coming out of uncharted waters. Now, let me say that before now, I had been doing business here and there, but not full time. So I still had my main 9 to 5 as my source of income, which I assumed I was going to do until I was old and gray. And so I stepped out and I realized that all I had for my my business was just my passion and my desire, and maybe 1 or 2 shadowing of some other entrepreneurs. Now, what do I do for a living? I'm a financial, I have a fashion retail store, and I also co-own hair and body care products with one of my closest friends. And at the time I stepped out into full-time employment, I only had one business in mind, which was the fashion retail. So what I did was go back and do some courses and to see how I could get better in this business, which was my plan B, that had now suddenly become my plan A. So as early as February, I was already in class. I first of all went to Chartered Institute of Personnel Managers, CIPM, and as early as February, I was already in class. And this was even on my birthday. I was having calls from my friends and I couldn't pick up the call because I was in class. And so sometime in March, April, I came across a flyer talking about the Emerging Entrepreneurs Program from the Faith Foundation. And it caught my interest. I went to the website. I saw a number of things that really interested me. And I saw someone who I knew. And she happened to be my Tony Bakari, actually. I need to mention her and I appreciate her for her part in this journey. And she encouraged me because I called out to say, I see your picture on Faith Foundation's website, what's going on? And she gave me a detailed information. She told me that was the best financial commitment I was going to make as a businesswoman. And without further ado, I went for this 3 months course. Now in this course, I got to meet so many captains of industries, people that on a good day, you would see them on telly and say, oh, I know this person, I know that person. And they were our lecturers, our mentors, and they gave us true to life information on their journey. And I remember in one of the classes, one of the lecturers said to us that for those of us whose businesses were dollar dependent, we were not going to see the dollar come down anytime soon. We needed to make alternative plans towards buying our purchases. And they gave us a number of ideas. And one of the ideas that was given that really, resonated with me was we had to begin to look inwards and begin to look for local distributors and vendors. And right away, I began to put down some names of personal friends and business acquaintances that I knew that I felt I could approach. And I'd like to really appreciate them too, because they're also part of my journey. I speak about Atajere, Fumi Marshall, Bosch Designs, Root Fashions, and SJP. And I finished the course and I decided to strategize. Of course, at the time, we had to also have to have a 5-year plan. And while we were in the course, my sister, who stays in the UK, sent me a flyer. She had this information. This was the following year from Kiskirin events. There was going to be an African culture fair going on in Barking Town Center, and it was inviting all African wares or vendors of African wares to come together and come and showcase their wares and their culture. And I remembered one of the things we were asked to bring was our flags of our country, which I very proudly put on my table. So if you go back to the video, you will see the Nigerian flag very much in front of my table, which is contradictory to what I was saying in the video. So I spoke to my business partner, Tokumbo. I said to her, this is the plan. Now at that time, it was looking like a reality to me because I had quite a number of things I needed to do in the UK. My brother was getting married in September. I had a She Trades Fair to attend in Liverpool. And then I had this event in August. So that was, if you hear the months, you could see that they are very far away. But what I decided was, rather than waste money going and coming, money I didn't have, remember that the dollar has started climbing up, was I was going to spend time with my family. I hadn't been to the UK for, I think, a period of 2 years. So I decided to make a family event out of it, do your business, but also take time to rest. So on the 1st of August 2018, we all packed up, my sister, my nephews, everyone, we packed all our wares and we went for this fair. Now, while at the fair, at some point in time, my phone batteries died. So I couldn't make or receive any calls. So I put them in my phones. I didn't want to have any accidents. I'm sure we all understand what I'm talking about. So I put it in my bag and there was it. So of course, any calls I was coming in on that time or on that day wasn't getting to me because I was focused on my business. And so I would take my eyes away from my stuff and I look around and see what other people are doing and see who's around, who's coming, and any familiar faces, which of course I wasn't expecting anybody because of course, like I said, it was far away in London. And I noticed that someone was walking towards me. And it was in a very funny way she was walking towards me. She was really looking, she had her whole body, she was I don't know how to describe it now without going physical, but she'll put her whole self into the different stalls. Obviously, she was looking for someone. So she was a few meters apart. So I took, I looked at her, she was coming from my left. And I said to myself, this lady looks so much like somebody that I know, but of course it can't be her now. This woman is in Nigeria. But I will tell her when I get back to Nigeria that there's someone that looks so much like her. Or maybe when this lady even comes in, I probably will stop over and say, hello, you look so much like somebody I know. So I waited for her until she got so quick. And I realized that, no, this is not a stranger. This is Sisimi. So I went and started Sisimi. And when she turned to me, she just grabbed me. I've been looking all over for you. I've been looking all over for you. And I think I'm going to stop here so that she has the opportunity to tell you of her backstory. So I would love to welcome a mentor to many of us, and my humble self included. I'd love to welcome Sisimi Chowemimo to this call. But just before that, please, I would also like to, first of all, welcome my business partner and dear friend, Tokumbo. Tokumbo, please introduce yourself. Tell us what you do and your backstory.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tokumbo, and I've known Fumi for about 2 decades now. I met her selling something to her, actually, while she was still in her 9 to 5. And because I'm a very lovable person, she naturally fell in love with me, and actually started helping me market my stuff, because that's what she does. I mean, she helps everybody. So she started marketing my stuff, and we then grew into liking quite a lot of things like soaps, creams, and stuff like that, and which eventually morphed into us starting a body care company together. And it's been a wonderful journey of fights, cries, I'm done,
victories,
I'm not done, victories, and many more. But all in all, a very inspiring journey in growth. That's the only thing, and sustainable growth, really. And to her famous video, it's I was in my house, jejely, like we would say, minding my business. And I wake up in the morning and I have literally dozens of messages. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? And I naturally don't go to my phone when I wake up in the morning. So this was well into the morning before I got to it. And there was Fumi gyrating on the streets of London. That's I broke into Yoruba Ebami. This is the person we sent to go and sell soap. What is going on? And then I started trying to call her that what's happening, and all that. But it was really, really amazing. Up to my sister that lives in the US sent me the video. That's isn't this Patricia? Because for whatever reason, my sister renamed her Patricia. That isn't this part, So it was quite amusing. Everybody that we knew had sent me the video, and I had to call her that you didn't tell me that we were doing any marketing stunts or anything. Like, she said no, that she didn't, and so then the backstory that everybody will tell, I was an innocent bystander back home in Lagos that knew nothing about what was happening, and I was just thrust into the mayhem of calls and wow, Fumi this, Fumi that, But it's been an interesting journey, a video that seems never to go away. It keeps popping up, and it was just amazing that Sisimi was there, and she's been at this much longer than us, so she knows. She just captured the moment in its entirety. It was really, really amazing. It was really amazing, and subsequently from that video, we have had quite a lot of progress for the company from that and all that. And I'm just grateful that because I was back home counting the naira while she was
Hard at work.
And all that. So, I'm very grateful. And initially I thought, the guy, because Fumi is really beautiful, that was that your toaster or something? She was like, no,
I forgot that. Everybody was asking,
that. Oh, is that why he has gone to the UK? Is that why she's not here? Is that him? Is that him? That we don't know him before, So it was really interesting, and I think it was also God ordained, really.
Of course.
And there was an intent, And I feel when you're doing your business the way you should, things will begin to happen that even you cannot explain. And this definitely was one of those things.
I just realized
that's my backstory.
We haven't been we own Z12 Nigeria Limited. We have a website, so please go ahead. And you see our website. We're on all the social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter. For those that have access to Twitter, just feel free to check. We handle those directly. Any questions you have, any inquiries, you would definitely get them directly, and we'll respond to you promptly. So without further ado, after I hugged Sisimi and she said, oh, let's take a picture of the ladies on the group. Who are these ladies? What group? You'll get to hear in a minute. Please, let's welcome, with all gratitude, Sisimi Shwemimo. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, how are you? Nice to see you and nice to see everyone.
Hi, lovely to have you here.
Nice to see you, ma'am.
Thank you. Nice to see you too. You're both looking very, lovely.
Thank you.
We try. Thank you. So please go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us what you do, and please give us your backstory.
Hi, everyone. I'm Olushola Showemimo. Many know me as Sisimi of Ope Farms because I am the founder of a certified organic farm in Nigeria. But unknown to many, I'm actually into other things. And one particular thing that drove me all the way to London, well, it drove me to America, was that I am a faculty member of the School of Eloquence. And at the school, we were encouraged to attend the NSA conference. The conferences are normally named Influence because the idea is that whatever you're doing, your ability to speak would take you very far. And in that ability to speak, you also need to be able to showcase what you're doing. So one of the modules, I remember the gentleman had given us a few tips. He said, many of you just carry your phones around. You're busy with messages and emails and all of that. How many of you really utilize your phone to advertise your business? That he's not asking for the kind of advert whereby you're selling physically, but you're doing things that showcase what you're doing enough for people to want to know more. So while we were there, we did quite a few stunts with our camera phones and all of that. And I just thought, okay, well, this is another thing that I could leverage on because I love learning. I love learning. I was at a training recently. I was probably the oldest person in class, but I was gladly there. I don't even think about it. So I got into London on the day that Fumi was exhibiting at Barking. And because of the time difference between America and the UK, I got in jet lagged. And I just kept on saying, I'm not sure that I can make it to this Barking. But I said, you know what? When I saw the advert on Enterprising Women, which is a group that we both belong to, in fact, when I saw the date, I had told myself, oh, I should be in London by then. then it occurred to me that that's the day I will be arriving London. So I wasn't sure that I would have that kind of energy. And when I dressed up and told my daughter I was going, she said, Mom, you're not a machine, you know. I mean, I think you need to rest. I said, don't worry. When I come back, I would rest. I would feel very guilty to tell this lady that I was actually, in fact, I'm not sure that I didn't tell her I was going to be there. Anyway, I don't remember. But before I could find her, I kept going round and round her phone. I couldn't reach her phone. I reached back to the enterprising women, asking if anybody had her number or something. I just couldn't reach her. Then I said, you know what? I'm just going to go through every single stall one by one. And guess what? I was having fun because I was now not only going through the exhibitors, just looking for her. I was now interviewing others, asking them questions and all of that. And then I looked, I saw Nigerian wares, and I said, I hope this is my person. There, I saw her. It was so amazing. We were quite happy to see, because she didn't even think I was around. Of course, she now started apologizing about her phone and all. And then she had her nephew who was there, and we hugged each other. We were talking. I said, no, wait. Let me show the ladies on Enterprising Women how hard you have been working at this exhibition. That was it. I brought out my phone and I started interviewing her. Then, just out of the blues from nowhere, I hear a gentleman's voice in perfect, impeccable Yoruba language, and the color of his skin didn't match the eloquence of the Yoruba language. So both of us, and she said, Sisimi, turn the camera, you know, because I was still in shock, like, who is this? Where did he come from?
97% of the women on that group are not Yoruba women. But for some God ordained reason, I began to speak in Yoruba. I don't know why. I just switched over. Are you back, ma'am?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Go ahead. Okay, so I'll let you take over from here.
So that was how, you know, we now turned the lights on him, and both of them were just hilarious. And I was now asking, I don't think I could ask him any question because the shock was too much for me, just recording him, and we had a blast. It was so nice. And I said, let's do a selfie together. Haven't done this video. Let's do a selfie together. So we also had some photographs. And for me, it was not a big deal. I had just recorded her and all of that. Then by the next morning, messages. I didn't show in the video. I didn't turn the video onto myself deliberately. I just thought this was going to be theirs. But many people recognized my voice. You know, I had friends who were saying, you and that your eloquence. I knew it was you. No two people sound like you. So I just kept on. Even my siblings, sis, where were you? Did you just arrive London and all of that? You know, I said, yes, I did, but I went for one exhibition and blah, blah, blah. And the story has not ended. People still keep asking. So I guess I owe it to the fact that the NSA, that's the National Speakers Association in America, had given me that, you know, like that little push, because I was thinking of for my business, but as soon as I saw her with all that effort that she had put into being there, I immediately turned the beam on her. And honestly, people were saying, no, you should have shown yourself. I said, for what? It was her moment. And for me, that was the best that I could do for her.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you. God bless you. Okay, so I think we should talk to someone before we call the person that I'm sure we're all waiting to hear from. Can we please welcome Augusta Nwafo? Augusta, you're most welcome to my channel. Please introduce yourself and tell us who you are and your backstory.
Wow. Thank you very much for inviting me to be a part of this. I really, really appreciate the opportunity to share and to be part of what I would consider one of the highlights of our community as the Enterprising Women community. My name is Augusta Nwokafo. I am a business development consultant. My areas of expertise is international trade, supply chain, and relationship management. I share from over 30 years of experience as a capacity developer. I'm also an entrepreneur. I do business-to-business supplies, services focused on health sector and consumables, okay? Household consumables and office consumables. How am I involved in this story? We've been talking about the network, the women, that's it, okay? Because I have a passion for development and for community, one of the things I set out to do was to encourage enterprise, to support women. I found that a lot of our businesses in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa specifically, do not pass the 5-year mark, because they have to go through so many challenges. The terrain, the environment isn't very encouraging, although a lot of that is changing, but also because the knowledge, the access to markets, the access to information wasn't there. One of the things I came to appreciate as an international business development person while I worked internationally was the fact that community plays a very vital role in us ensuring growth and sustainability. It has to be deliberate, it has to be intentional. Okay, so that's what led to us setting up the network of enterprising women in Nigeria. The women are all focused on their personal growth and their business development and getting their business to the next level. You see them, the way they are channeling their energy towards achieving their own purpose, growing their vision, and it's done in a way that it's sustainable. Business is sustainable. They learn from one another, or I should say we learn from one another, we support one another to the best of our ability. It's so what role have I played behind the scene? Because my role is very, very behind the scene. On the day this video was made, I wasn't even there. I wasn't in the UK. I was far away in Lagos, Nigeria. When Sisimi arrived London, she called me and she said to me, this woman, can you send me the flyer? So quickly I went on the chat page. Maybe she was already there trying to find them, but I went on the chat page and I found the picture where they advertised the fact that they were going to be embarking and sent it to her. And that was it. That was the role I played in all of this. But I think the fact that the women all belong to this platform, made it possible for them to share this information ahead of time, and made it possible for Sisimi to, it's about who she is, go out to support other women without even being, without thinking twice about it, giving of herself. Yeah, that's my backstory.
Thank you, Augusta. Thank you so much. So you were instrumental in Sisimi getting to find me on that day.
Yes.
Thank you. And also the platform that we met, so you are the link. Yep. So thank you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So would now like to move to one more person, but I understand that Tony Bakari just sent us a message. Like I said, Tony was the one I referred to. Tony actually owns a SAS business, excess fabrics, so it's SAS. I'm sure we all textiles. Thank you. So I see your message. Thank you. You always recommend Faith. Yes, Faith Foundation has transformed so many of us' lives. So I encourage you to them and see how you can be a part of. They can be a part of your entrepreneurship journey. So we'd like to welcome the next person who has a backstory to share with us, and is Rector Stephen Brown. Hello, Rector. Please introduce yourself. Tell us what you do and your backstory.
Hi, how are you? I trust everyone is
hi.
I trust everyone's fine and well, and you can hear me properly. Am I coming across very well?
Yes. You can. Yes.
Okay, so first and foremost, I just want to thank God Almighty for making everything to happen. So for everyone at home watching us, please keep this going. Hashtag Polongo. You would know that is one of the words I used in the video. So keep it going. Z8 Limited. Keep it going. put everything on the
Thank
advertisement.
you.
Allow everything to happen, and I'm sure the glory of God will be made manifest in all our lives in Jesus' name. So,
Amen.
Fumi, thank you very much for welcoming me on board. I'm actually very awkward at the moment because I'm not the kind of person. I'm always very humbled and very reserved, always operating in the back end. So thank you for welcoming me on board. Also to all those who are working in the background, making sure that this production goes well as possible. I'd like to also give them, what's it called, a big thank you as well on behalf of everybody. And what can I say? Personally, as myself, I am a Christian, hence hence the title in my name, Rector. I am a Christian. I attend Celestial Church of Christ. For those who know Celestial Church of Christ, I'm one of the evangelists. I do attend Celestial Church of Christ in London here, North London Parish, and my father is also a preacher man who has many parishes to the glory of God in Nigeria. So those who are conversant Sele would know my dad very well. I am a civil servant as well. I work for the Ministry of Justice here in the UK. And I'm a father, and I'm also a husband. So that's basically who I am. And my name is Stephen Brown. So what is my backstory? It's actually a very funny one. For every August, I do barbecue in my church. So for those who are first and foremost doing anything in church, and you think that you're not, whatever it is that you're doing, it doesn't look as if like there's any value in it, continue to do the work for God, because it could be sweeping, it could be doing the barbecue, anything you're doing, it would some way, somehow, it would take you to the destination of your glory. So whatever it is that we're doing, we may not see any value in it, but as long as you're doing it for God, continue to do it. And I'm sure that at the appropriate time, God will bless you. Every August, I always do barbecue, like a moth to light. When it comes to our adult harvest in church, I always float towards doing a barbecue. I love doing a barbecue, roasting the meat, suya, and everything. So on this particular August, the nature for me, the reason for me going to barking was to price meat and chicken and see everything that I want to get that day. But funny enough, what made the video actually funny was because I just came back from Nigeria. And what's it called? I applied for my Nigerian passport in Nigeria, and they wouldn't give it to me for various reasons. So when I was walking and barking, I saw this lady saying, "I'm not a Nigerian right now." And I thought to myself, what do you mean, okay, she's Nigeria right now? Because our Nigerian passport, go come for a Nigerian passport. And you need love and lawful. As when you're not Nigerian right now. I was actually going to say, by the power invested in me, I was going to take the Nigerian flag away from you. You know? So as you can see, I was coming from work. I was going to Barking because I live in Romford. And it was just like somebody pulling against my work badge and just saying, like, when I heard that thing, I'm not Nigerian right now, I was walking along, and all of a sudden I felt myself pulled, like you just have to say something. And when I opened my mouth and then I started flowing, I'm an impromptu kind of person. Nothing is planned. I'm quick-witty. So when I heard that, coupled with the fact that I just came back from Nigeria not too long, and someone saying that I'm not Nigerian right now, what do you mean? What do you mean? So I started speaking, and then the rest was just, history. And I thank God Almighty for how everything has unraveled. And thank to Z8, as you can see, I got this from the post. Thank you very much. And
Roots fashions.
yeah, I look like somebody, like Percy. And I also got some of your products as well. Thank you very much. Very handy for those who are looking. I got the Chebe hair growth, as you can see, is nearly half used for those who are looking for it.
Okay, great.
I've been using it because my hair's been itchy, and I've been using it, and everything's been going well so far. So I can at least recommend that product. So that's all I can say at the moment in terms of like how everything manifested. It was as a result of doing the work for God, and I'm pleased that everything is happening. And my sister is counting the naira, so I'm still expecting my tithes, my 10%.
Thank you.
So there we go. So if you've got any question, we can take it from here.
Thank you so much, Rector. Very
No
nice.
problem.
So to the person who said to me, the gentleman I used for the voiceover, I didn't do a good job. I hope you now see that it was not planned and he was the one speaking himself. So we're going to take a few comments. Aderoke Jamadu, that's the MD of JP. She says, yeah, we contributed money for her to go to the abroad to sell soap, only to be gyrating here and there. Moses Jola, thank you. Very proud of this noble effort, BFS. God bless. Abdurrahman, my brother, good job for me. Proud of you. Demola Badmos, my loving cousin, thank you. I'm impressed with the efforts. Valerie was my last boss in my 9 to 5. Thank you so much. Hello, my people. Awesome video that year. Never tired of watching it. Great work. Thank you all so much. Please drop your comments. I see them and I obviously appreciate you and acknowledge you online. Like I said before, if you're calling from other continents, please feel free to just drop it on the comments box so that we can know how far the video traveled and we can know how much work we have to do left in terms of our products. Thank you so much for joining on this call. Made possible by Canada Consulting, our friends at Canada Consulting, HR outsourcing company. Thank you so much for making this dream for me the reality. And everyone who said I shouldn't mention their names, I know you, I see you, God bless you. So would like to invite one more person who has a story to share. Her name is Adenike Adeyemi. Adenike, you're most welcome to my channel. Please introduce yourself and tell us who you are, what you do.
Thank you very much, Fumi. Hi, everyone. As Fumi said, I'm Adenike Adeyemi. I'm the Executive Director for Faith Foundation. And we had the pleasure of meeting Fumi in 2017 when she joined our Emerging Entrepreneurs Program 21 class. Honestly, when I saw the video, and it was like everybody else who wasn't there, you know, I probably just looked at my WhatsApp and maybe in different groups across like 10 different groups, just Fumi here, Fumi there, Fumi here, and I called her. And the truth of the matter is, as I'm watching this conversation and I remember the video, I think it was meant to be. If I remember my first classes with Fumi was, when Fumi came to the program, Fumi said, you know what, this entrepreneurship journey, you know, it wasn't an easy decision for me. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to learn everything I need to learn. I'm going to understand everything I need to understand. And that's something about Fumi. You know, Fumi goes all in, goes all out. She does that for people, and she does that for everything that she's interested in or she puts her mind in. I do not think there was any class she missed, any program she missed, any session she missed. I can't forget, in fact, there are a few pictures that she took where you could see her notes, her folders, and she would send sometimes, like she sent screen grabs of certain highlights or things that struck her. And when she was doing her strategy plan, she was very, very intentional about just taking as much knowledge and information. And then occasionally we'll meet after that and she'll talk about some of her challenges, but also some of her success. And she was quite dogged in all of it. So when I saw the video, I was honestly just very excited and very happy to see that. But one thing that I think has come very strongly for me, and again, speaking through Fumi, is the power of network, right? If you talk about the Enterprising Women Network and all of us, so whether it's networks of the churches we belong to that we're doing community work and giving back, or Fumi herself, because as Fumi is a part of Faith Foundation of Enterprising Women, there's so many roles she plays. And in all those ways, there's sort of been a connection, right? An enabler to this path and this journey. And I see, for me, it's really just, it shows the person she is, but also that this path really was just meant to be. And honestly, I believe that the cloud really, the sky is not the limit for ZA12 and FG31 and everything that she does. So we are really very excited. We're very proud of you, and we're proud that this opportunity also allows you to see a side, also allow you, meaning other people, to see a side of Fumi we don't see. I think Fumi is exceptionally creative and gifted. Fumi can talk with you for an hour and you'll not know the time has passed, because in trying to get advice, she's even giving you advice on herself too. So I'm looking forward to your channel and to learning so much more and sharing a lot more. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Who is this Fumi? I want to know this lady. She sounds like an angel. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your backstory. So you heard it from everyone's mouth. I refuse to say the horses. You've heard it from everyone, their backstory. And we would like to now know, since then, what has happened? How has that video affected you, affected your businesses, affected your outlook? For me, of course, I'll start off. It's been positive all through. I think in all the comments, in all the feedback I got, it was always encouraging and, and inspiring, and, you can do it and we are proud of you and all that. But I also realized that there were also other doors that I saw open up to me, and I was able to embrace it. One of the things that only my family members and maybe tight people like Tokumbo will know is that I shy away from confrontations and hard conversations. And as a growing child, I used to be very shy. But one of the things I know that the Lord did for me through this video was to give me more boldness than I ever had to take on, to go to uncharted waters more than I did. I mean, of course, I'm very incentivized, I'm very self-driven, but this let me realize that, there's so much more that I can do. And so when I returned back, and it opened the door for me in the area of comparing, being an MC for events, and of course, my very wonderful foundation, Faith Foundation, gave me my first platform. And in our second annual conference, was it the conference now? Alumni conference. I happened to be the compare. And it just made me realize that, you can do anything you put your mind to it. I didn't have any formal training. I didn't have nothing. I just went there with my confidence, and I did it. And since then, in my church, I've become the default MC now with no pay, because my church believes you are our own child. So please, so you had this talent all the while. So all the ones you used to give to MCs, oh yeah, come and be doing all these things now. So right now, I handle those things effortlessly, and I'm so blessed. Another thing, of course, a number of people recognize my voice. You meet people tell you, I know you very well. And I'm like, I know you don't know me, but I'll tell you where you know me. And of course, it always happens to be the video, which I'm thankful for. So I'm going to listen to Tokes. How has it been for you since then?
I've just been very happy being the friend of the famous Fumi and her viral video. So in the business, I'm more back end. I do more of the production. So I'm happy to just keep producing while she sells, and that has really helped in terms of that, and also highlighted the need to really speak about what you do, really, with all confidence and all, because Rector seemed to even have more confidence in the products than we, the manufacturers. And so for me, it's we're a bit shy when we say, oh, we made it in Nigeria and all that, but truthfully, we are, I think we're doing good, if I may say so ourselves, in terms of manufacturing in Nigeria, looking inwards and all that. So that's the video, the whole Fumi and how we both in, it just really, really, for me, made me more confident. It boosted my ego that definitely we're doing something right. And I think it also encouraged our fellow entrepreneurs that Nigeria sometimes doesn't allow you to blossom as much as you should. And it gave a lot of people confidence too that, you know, we can do this really. Yes, it's not that easy, but it is getting better despite everything. So for me, it was just the confidence boost really, that surely we are doing something right. So I keep producing. Fumi keeps selling. Yes, she keeps talking. And so it's a wonderful synergy. She likes to talk. I like to mix soup. So it's been great.
Thank you. Thanks, Tokes. Sisimi, how has it been for you since then?
Well, oh,
We can hear you.
okay, saying that I can't start my video. All right. For me, you know, because I am more known as the organic farmer, okay.
There you are.
It opened people's eyes to the fact that I am a good speaker. I became a faculty member for the School of Eloquence after I left paid employment. I was headhunted actually, because I had taken their training a few years back then. I mean, we're now talking of like maybe well over 10 years. So when I left paid employment, the dean, who is Ubong Essien, he's now the special advisor to the NIMASA DG. He had told me that he feels that this is something that I'm going to succeed in, and he would like me to train and become one of his faculty members so that I can be, you know, hold trainings and all, even when he's not around. So that encouragement had done a lot for me. I'm a regular speaker for most organic events or agric events. Last year, September, I was meant to speak at the World Organic Conference. I'll be speaking this year in September at the World Organic Conference. Before then, I had spoken at the West African Organic Conference. I have spoken at the African Organic Conference. So going to speak at the World Organic Conference crowns it for me and makes me one of the very few who would have succeeded in speaking at such levels of conferencing. So I'm so glad, because being able to interact with my customers, Upper Farms has a database of almost 400 customers, and we supply between, let's say, 60 to 100 at weekends. So being able to interact with them, chat with them, get to know them is something that makes me happy. I love people, I love networking. So for me, it's just my voice. It's not my face, but thank goodness, everybody who knows me very well could readily tell that that was my voice. So for me, it's just been, I'm just grateful for having been, you know, right there at that moment. Like, I keep everything on the level of gratitude. So far, so good. I'm enjoying myself. And probably I never told you, I had always been into making of soaps. I had gone for like 4 trainings in the UK to learn how to make soap. And I added black soap to it. But I didn't tell you that because I was just starting it like, oh, it's a hobby kind of thing. So maybe sometime I'll come and learn from you, not through the video, but just to know the background and how to maneuver along that path. Thank you.
Women program.
Yeah.
Platform that we belong to as well. So I'd seen your soaps. I think you had shared with us your range of products. So it's not news to us. And of course, we'll be happy to share ideas with you. Thank you so much.
And learn from you.
And learn from you too. Thank you, ma'am.
Well, you know, I shared it just to encourage others. You remembered? I actually shared it to encourage
Yes, I
others.
do.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember. Rector, How's the journey been for you? Do you still get people stop you on the street to tell you about the video? What's the way forward?
Man, I still get the video sent to me time and time again. And obviously, because there's no date or timestamp on it, so it's just a case of like people send it to me, and I just look at it and go, "What's your mark? Because it 3 years ago,
Exactly.
You know?
It's still so fresh.
Yeah,
some people.
People still send it to me, and when I go to barking, even when I do go to barking, back then and even till now, some of the Nigerian ladies and shop owners and stuff, they still, who have seen it, they still recognize me and say, "That good boy, do what? Eminoni, 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 Eminoni." So yeah, and then when they're talking to themselves and they don't know that I can speak Yoruba, I just cut them short, and they're always surprised. But so since 3 years ago, yes, I've been getting what's it called? Not a lot has changed. I do get some people inviting me to come and do MC, and but the problem with most Nigerians is they want everything for free. They want everything for free. That's why you mentioned earlier on that it's difficult when you produce something in Nigeria and you put made in Nigeria. That made in Nigeria stands against the product. A lot of things made in Nigeria kills the product. So I'm just happy that once in a while the Lord will send his angel from the corner when you least expect it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And probability is I am that angel or that voice that you needed for your business to blow. As at that time, through the video and through social media. So if anything, I'm just happy to be part of your journey. And I know that my journey continues. And I'm happy. I'm happy with my life, how everything. I'm just happy that even when I told people that I'm going to be online today, I was they're going from Okofeshe and Kolofe Lopo, Okofeshe and Kolofe Lofo, I just thought to myself, you know what? Everything is not money. You cannot buy happiness with money or money with happiness. So I'm just happy to be part of your journey. And I hope that from 3 years ago and 3 years to come and forever, that your business will continue to blossom in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you, Rector, so much.
No problem.
We'll take a few comments before we wrap up. I hear Enabong, our sister, Enabong Ezekiel, enjoying all the backstories. Tolu Ayoade, make it big, one backstories. Thank you, Tolu. Thank you so much. Lady JMK, ZA products are on point and actually still use and continue to ask for more. Thank you so much, Jumi. Tony Bakari, yes, you can do anything. The sky is the limit, so please let's break mindsets. Please, let's break mindsets. Lebile Atinuke, pardon me if I didn't pronounce the name well. Awesome. Leveraging on each other's strength is important. Let me see you. Bless you, DFS. These are my people. May the business continue to prosper and go really far by the special grace of God. Amen. JMK, lovely lady, so beautiful and a real testimony to what God can do with us when we yield to Him. You two are blessed. Thank you so much. Amen. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate all of you. Just before we go, we'd like to appreciate one more time Canada Consulting. Honestly, without you doing what you did, we probably wouldn't be here and had such a beautiful time too. Canada Consulting is your one-stop shop for all your human resources solutions. Personal outsourcing, functional outsourcing, learning and development, recruitment, and I don't know, my glasses. Recruitment and executive search, HR consulting, organizational restructuring, performance and talent management, competency framework, total rewards management. Thank you so much, Canada Consulting. God bless you. They're available on all the social media networks. You can catch them on Instagram. So they're in Lagos, Nigeria. So I'm sure they're in the books as well. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to my Visuals family. Thank you so much for putting this together and being so professional about it. God bless you all. Thank you to Wise Concepts who handled all my flyers. Thank you to all my guests on the program who didn't create a fuss. I just had one conversation with everyone and everyone was on board. I didn't have to convince anyone. Everyone just like jumped on it. It was, from jump, they were all together with me. So thank you so much for taking time out of your Sunday. Augusta, is Sunday morning for you, for the rest of us to say, thank you so much for being here. Just in case you haven't seen the viral video, please go to my channel. Just in case you haven't liked, please like, please subscribe.
And share.
And share, starting now. Okay, if you want to see the video now, just give us a second, okay? Just before we go, I'd like to share a quote with everyone from the greatest book ever. And it's from Proverbs 11:24-25. I'm using the Passion Translation. Generosity brings prosperity, but withholding from charity brings poverty. Those who live to bless others will have blessings heaped upon them. And the ones who pour out his life to pour out blessings will be saturated with favor. Please, let's all find a way to be generous today and start with those around you. Okay, so we're going to watch the video right away. Thank you.
Is the volume up?
Yes.
Mhm. It's still counting.
Okay, sorry for the poor audio, but like I said before, please go to my channel and watch the video again. And you could see that actually did a much better job than I did speaking the Yoruba. So Rector, that's going to be my focus for the next half of this 2021, to ensure that I speak Yoruba as good as you. I won't be far and say better, but as good as you. So thank you everyone for listening. Thank you a lot for joining. We truly appreciate you. And I promise a content every week. So please like, follow, so that next week we'll be together again. God bless you and shalom.